Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Bitch by Sleep. Which really tends to be how this commentary is turning out, because I'm doing very little but complaining about Birth by Sleep, but by god it makes me furious and, yeah. More command melding, which I significantly cut down, because... I realized I did quite a lot of this, and again, while it is an important facet of the gameplay, it's, probably also not something that you're gonna be wanting to see, like, every single part, but anyway... Command meld those two together and you get Salvation, which is something that you would have also gotten through completing the sticker album, but this is a more efficient way of getting it if you have Windbraid and Kiraga, so... Yeah, command melding and now we're in Disney Town. Yeah, prepare for more bitching.
Ta-da! Wearing the mask of peace and hope comes the fearless defender and hero of this town. It is me, Captain Justice! Young fellow, do my hero senses detect that you got troubles? Just say the word and Captain Justice will make all your problems disappear.
Who, me?
Meow?
I'm just trying to make some friends. Never mind. Forget it.
Don't be intimidated by my magnificence. Go on and spit it out, then remember to vote Captain J.
Vote?
Oh, well, forget that. How can I help? That's the only reason I'm here.
I know. Tell me about your town. Everything's so festive. Is it always like this?
Huh? That's it? Nothing else? Well, the festivities are on account of the Dream Festival, which is why I made sure there's carnival stuff all over town.
Really? Like what?
Oh, you gotta see it for yourself. Wouldn't be much of a dream if I just told you.
Right. Thanks.
And kid, don't you go forgetting, Captain Justice is the one who solved all your problems. That would be Justice with a J.
Sure. I got it, Captain Justice.
Ah, food! This stinks! Now we can't open the ice cream shop.
Trouble? Rescue is on the way!
A festival, huh? Well, maybe I can make some new friends.
And that's pretty much the main precipice of Ventus fucking off about these worlds. Again, I did a fair bit of bitching about it in the previous part about how Ventus' story just fucking meanders at this point, but again, it really hits the note home that, again, the only reason he's really doing what he's doing is partially because, Terra, I love you! Please come back! And the other reason is because, let's parallel him to Sora by making friends. Even though I alluded to this in previous parts, I don't know, I feel like Ventus, in terms of, Kingdom Hearts character parallels, has more in common with Kairi. Again, like, he's usually treated as like, oh no, Ventus, you can't do this. You have to go home. And, they treat him like a dainty little fucking princess anyway, so... Yes, indeedy, Princess Ventus. Ugh. But anyway, I have more things to complain about. Yes, more! More bitching, more whining about Disney Town, the current world that we're in. Now, given the appearance of Pete, the fact that this is in the same proximity to Disney Castle from, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, you'd think that we might be able to, see the reason why Pete joined forces with Maleficent, maybe he used the Heartless to storm the castle, or, maybe Maleficent contacted him and, they attempted to, overthrow the king and queen of the castle. But no, the reason why Pete was banished and joined forces with Maleficent, it is explained in this, game, and you won't be seeing that until Terra's story, but, the reasoning for everything that happens is... well, disappointing. And I'm guessing the partial reason for this is that Disney is very protective of their characters, and, they probably wouldn't have wanted, something slightly edgy to happen towards, a lot of the characters here, but... Yeah, again, you got the idea in Kingdom Hearts 2 that, the reason why Pete was teaming up with Maleficent or was banished from, the castle was because of some dastardly deeds, but no. It's very fucking disappointing. But anyway, the main reason why we're just sort of bumbling about Disney Town is for, well, two reasons really. The first of which is that this is the easiest way to get your character's ability called Break Time, which is kind of pointless really, and is only really used for the sake of getting specific command modes, but another facet is minigames. Yes indeedy, there is not much to do apart from fighting random unversed that just sort of show up about the worlds, but instead you're playing random minigames. You only really have one of which per character that's essential, like again, for example, over there you saw, you know, a racing arena, that's pretty much for Terra. We passed by the fruit ball arena over there, that's exclusive for Aqua. And of course Ventus, I don't think I've quite gotten to it yet, but Ventus has stuff to do with ice cream. Because, fuck it, and... Yeah, let me just kind of put it this way. Rumble Racing, in terms of what it is tolerable. Something you have to do for the Mirage Arena, and I will be showing it off more as Terra. Then we also have Fruit Ball, which is completely random as fuck. And then, of course, we have... fucking Ice Cream Beatmaster Mania, which is... By the way, it's important to know that I actually recorded a lot of the gameplay footage while I was having a few brewskis, so... Yeah. There's no way I was sitting through this level sober, so fuck it, that's probably why my performance is a little bit more erratic than usual. Anyway, to kind of talk about the new ability we got that was showcased not too long ago, Salvation. Rather useful ability, this is also Ventus's ultimate finisher. I can't remember what I fucking named it, it's probably something childish and fucking whatever really, but... Yeah, anyway, what I was cutting out here, basically, was, apart from getting reversal slash, was pretty much... I don't know why I showed this off. I showed off Rumble Racing as Ventus, I guess to show off the fact that you can do it as other characters, if you so choose, but... It was completely pointless, wasted time, and, fucking I just cut it out, really. But yeah, in terms of what you're doing in, you know, Disney Town, you don't actually have to go through all of this stuff, although I am pretty much showing it off just so you know where to get the characters' break times, but... Yeah, apart from that, this level is just kind of boring, and the fact that it kind of plays the, you know, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse March is just also a little bit irritating as a level theme, because it's very twee, and again, while it does fit the theme of, you know, this happy-go-lucky town, it's just a little bit too... I'm not really too sure what to say, like, I mean, again, it's overly jovial for good reason, obviously, but... I don't know, I just don't think it really makes for a very... I don't know, kind of in a similar vein to, you know, Castle of Dreams, it just makes for a very repetitive sort of theme since it's... I don't know, it's just irritatingly repetitive, and that's really my biggest issue with it. By the way, an interesting use of having to use your command styles to solve a puzzle. Equip a bunch of thunders, and you can pretty much gain access to powering up the machines and getting access to a, you know, bloody pinball table. Because of course, what would Japan be without mounds and mounds of gambling paraphernalia? I mean, especially if you see some of their bloody, you know, casinos and pachinko slots, I mean, by god, it's so fucking loud and noisy in there, which is kind of intentional because, you know, rather insidiously, they don't want you to know what time of day it is, so you spend more time in the casino than is entirely necessary, but... Yeah, loud noises, there to excite the nerves and pretty much dull you to the world around you. Let's see... I mean, I do also have a lot of, mounds of fucking trivia that I can call upon for specific Disney worlds, so I shouldn't run out of things to talk about, but... Then again, this is also general Disney stuff, so... Oh dear. Oh no. Well, I mean, I suppose there is one thing I can talk about in a similar vein to Winnie the Pooh suddenly getting movies of blood and honey. Yeah, there is also a thing about, and again, I'm not really too sure if this is still going on at this stage, but there is also the idea of Mickey Mouse entering the public domain. This is to say Mickey the character, so like, yeah, it does make me wonder actually. I know Disney are fighting tooth and claw to keep their iconic mascot, you know, well within their grasp to, you know, kind of circumvent, you know, copyright law before it falls into the public domain, but it does make me curious if, you know, we're gonna start seeing some, you know, painfully obvious, you know, oh look, Mickey Mouse doing a horror thing. You know, kind of similar to, like, all those, like, early 2010s creepypastas, like Abandoned by Disney or Room Zero or whatever. I mean, again, like, I mean, I suppose the idea is that, again, they can use Mickey Mouse the character, so long as they don't, I guess, tread on, like, iconic Disney sort of imagery, so, again, I probably won't give them the red shorts or whatever. Kind of like how, in the case of Winnie the Pooh, they can't actually give him, like, the red shirt, but they can use the character for anything else, kind of like why the blood and honey variant of the character had to, like, give them some generic slasher movie overall things. I don't know, weird times we live in, but it is kind of weird to see, you know, Disney losing out on their iconic mascot. But then again, I suppose Disney will find a way to sort of keep their mitts on their iconic mascot, but then again, who knows really. And that's also the Chaos Crystal that pretty much assigns you a random ability, so yeah, I don't really find the Chaos Crystals to be quite as reliable as, you know, the other ones. The only new ones we really have in our arsenal at this point is a Bounding Crystal, which gives you access to, you know, EXP abilities, so again, you get abilities like EXP Chance, which you saw earlier on in Radiant Garden where we command melded Mega Flare. One of the more useful Bounding Crystal abilities is actually EXP Walker, where you gain 1 experience point with every step you take. Again, not quite as useful as it sounds, really. I mean, again, it does somewhat mitigate grinding, but again, I actually tried a strategy earlier on as Terra, actually, where, again, I tried to basically, you know, get some masking tape, put it on my controller, have Terra walk around in a circle, and try and, you know, use that to grind if I, you know, went off to go to work or do something else, but again, to me, the EXP grind, unless of course you're willing to leave the game on for like days at a time, it just isn't very efficient, so you're better off just utilizing a strategy that I probably will be showing off in like a little filler / bonus video where, again, I'll pretty much show you the most efficient way to grind in Birth by Sleep, at least in my experience. Pretty much involves going to Radiant Garden, equipping a few Mega Flares in your deck, and just using that to, you know, get at least hundreds of XP. Again, not exactly the most efficient thing anyway, since, you know, the game does have a much higher threshold in terms of, you know, maxing out your levels than Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, so again, it's still going to be a tedious grind regardless, but it is at least the most efficient way I've really found. The only other place I could really suggest is Skull Rock and Neverland by using a certain enemy that we're going to be coming across very briefly in the Lilo and Stitch world, but yeah, that's neither here nor there in this case. Bio Barrage comes in very handy with the final encounter of the Mirage Arena, but again, won't be seeing that until later. But yeah, to also talk about Bio Barrage a little bit more and why it's so useful is that one of its passive abilities as a Shotlock is that it can also poison people. Oh, and by the way, Ars Arcanum. You can get this as both Ventus and Terra, although Terra also gets his own specific Ars ability with Ars Solum, which is a darkness-powered ability. Oh no. Terra, he's falling to darkness! Terra, I love you! Terra, are you in the bathtub? Terra, can I join you? Okay, that's enough. And I forgot to press the circle button to jump, and this is pretty much your way of getting break time. Again, you see the hearts, well again, you can pretty much bounce off those. But the main thing you want to look out for is the crowns. Again, you need to hit all the crowns on this little pinball table, and that way you pretty much unlock the barrier, which allows you to get the character's break time. Which is weird, because I mean, I thought break time, I'm pretty sure break time is an ability in Final Fantasy, but I can't quite remember what it does. I recall it being an Earth ability in those games, but yeah, in this one it's pretty much where characters just, I don't know, fuck around and perform like a very character-specific action. You'll be seeing what Ventus is by the time we get it, but yeah, it's kind of odd, really. But I don't know, like, I mean, again, all of what I'm doing here is really kind of optional, so there's no reason for you to do this on your regular playthrough if you just want to get the game done, but at the same time, though, I guess Tetsuya Nomura, being a bit of a crafty bastard, kind of knew that players would ignore this, you know, akin to the whole 100 Acre Wood stuff from Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. And so, being the crafty little fucker that he is, the game designers decided to hide, you know, a lot of the more powerful abilities or stuff you need for command melding. Because Nomura is a very sick bastard. Anyway, I suppose one of the biggest disappointments about this level, apart from the whole minigame shenanigans that we'll be getting to in a little bit, is just that, again, Disney Town just doesn't really highlight much of anything, apart from maybe one specific point, and that's really only explaining why, again, there was the portal in Disney Castle that led to the super boss of Kingdom Hearts 2, where, you know, you fought the Lingering Will, which I guess canonically means that Terra's the one... excuse me. I guess canonically means that Terra's meant to be the one who had the most impact in this world. Well, at least covering a specific caveat, because there is actually an exclusive cutscene depending on who visits the world the last, which in this case is going to be Terra, so yeah, stay tuned for that really. But I mean, again, given some of the cutscene variances in Birth by Sleep, all three characters do get the exclusive cutscene, but I suppose it just means a little bit more if, you know, you're just playing as Terra. Maybe I should have cut out the pinball sequence as well, because all I'm really doing is bouncing around, but then again, not that you can really do much since you're at the mercy of fucking pinball physics, which, again, is basically fucking chaos magic. I mean, again, I could get the fucking break time at this point, but again, I want to get the other treasure chest because, show off the game, but again, in turn, also just do stuff. Ugh, for heaven's fucking sake, man. Well, I'm definitely going to be shortening the fucking edits for the next time I visit this fucking place. But yeah, Pete, why is he Captain Justice? Well, you'll see that in a little bit. He also has a darker alter ego, Captain Dark. He's falling to the darkness. Can't see. But yes, this also has something to do with the command board as well, which, again, by the time you access this world, Captain Dark and Captain Justice also have an effect on the command board, but I'll explain all of that when we get to Aqua covering it in the Mirage Arena much later on, so you don't gotta worry about Captain Dark. Although, that being said though, if I can just waffle on at least a little bit more to pad out for time, yeah, it is good to see Jim Cummings back again, and since they do have him on the payroll, that's also part of the reason why we have the 100 Acre Wood exclusive command board. Because again, he voices both Winifred Shit and well, a character who was synonymous with the Eeny Meeny Miny Mo song. Haha, blocking attacks. But yeah, it is also really good to hear Jim Cummings as Pete again. It's one of my favourite voices of his, actually, right next to the Terror Mask from Splatterhouse. By the way, nice little exploit here. Well, I mean, apart from using Salvation, but yeah, again, if you, well, okay, first of all, this is Ventus's break time. He break dances. So, yes, yes. I don't know what happens if you get all excellence. I think you meant to do this during battle to get, like, a power buff or something, but yeah, equip a bunch of sliding dashes to get to that ledge, like, right over, well, again, right on the other side of this place, and, yeah, you'll also get Super Glide much earlier than intended, so yeah, rather cool if you can manage to do that, but yeah, in the meantime we teleported back to the center square, and now it's pretty much time to start getting into the meat and potatoes of what you should otherwise be doing in this world, which is not very fun, so oh dear.
Well, if it ain't the last kid Captain Justice saved, afraid you'll have to get in line. I'm working on another catastrophe here for these fellas. Huey, Dewey, and Louie, my good friends.
Now, I'd hardly call it a catastrophe. Yeah, all we were trying to do was make our own special recipe ice cream. And we had a little trouble. Come on, it's not really that big a deal.
I'm 100% positive you're the victims of sabotage.
Not even close. Quit making stuff up. It's just the ice cream machine. Uncle Scrooge left it for us, but we can't figure out how it works because it's so complicated. Oh, we're sorry, Queen Minnie. We wanted you to be the first to try our special recipe ice cream.
Oh, boys, it was very sweet of you to think of me.
We tried.
Say no more, leave it to me. One bowl of ice cream coming right up.
You're just gonna make a mess. Leave it alone, Pete.
That's Captain Justice. Ooh, this machine is busted. It just needs a good pounding.
It does not.
Hey, do you think I could give it a shot?
No, if Captain Justice can't fix it, there ain't nothing you can do, kid.
Maybe not, but there's no harm in trying.
Yeah, and better you than him. Here you go. These are the directions for the machine.
By the way, notice that we saw Huey, Dewey, and Louie in Kingdom Hearts 1 who were still technically kids, and they're kids in Birth by Sleep, which is 10 years in the past. Fuck. Well, again, I suppose a small theory I do have is that maybe the Cornerstone of Light makes a lot of the, you know, legacy Disney characters ageless, but that's just kind of my speculation, really. Oh god, I hate this fucking minigame. Mainly because the timing of what you're meant to do is, again, it's obviously a rhythm game, and you think you're meant to, you know, align the beats of the characters with, you know, the small world after all, when it hits the circle, but it'll only ever get you, you know, good. Again, and you need excellent or fantastic in order to pass this thing. And again, you don't need to get the ring, you know, to match up with the one in the center, but again, you need it to get it within the center in order to get excellent, and that way you'll pretty much get everything. And part of the reason why I majorly suck at this minigame is partially because I'm not very good at rhythm action games to begin with, but in turn it's also a factor of, well, the timing being a little bit deceptive, really. Again, you need to make sure it's inside the center before, you know, you get the correct ice cream shit to get through. But again, my thinking was, I need to align it with the center ring. And again, I will admit, partial drunkenness and partial incompetence was my failing here, but yeah, fuck it. This minigame sucks, I don't give a shit about it, and quite frankly, this is my least favorite. I mean, again, Fruit Ball with Aqua isn't really too much better. It's chaotic, and you're mainly winning it through random chance, but again, at least you're not gonna have moments of like, oh no, deceptive handling, and Ventus going, nah mate, I guess I can't let you do that. Nah mate, you fail. And honestly, who fucking gives a shit about fucking ice cream or this fucking crap? Again, it accomplishes nothing. Ventus isn't even really making any friends here, so there's no point to any of this. Ventus should just fuck off, go home, and I don't know, kind of recall his Union Cross memories, you know, the facet of his character that's actually mildly interesting. Because, I mean, at this point, all Ventus basically is just a Disney princess, but, like, a dude. Ugh. Jesus Christ, I'm in hell! And this song, It's a Small World After All, is getting annoying. Thank God I never went to Disneyland, because I'd probably go on a fucking massacre there. Listen! Ugh, God, it wants me to listen. I'm sorry, I got fucking nothing for this, really. There are other songs you can play, actually, with, Ice Cream Beatmaker, but fuck it, I am not doing any of that, so, yeah, this is all you're gonna be seeing of it. Thank fuckity goodness, enjoy the cutscene, and, fuck you, fuck off, you squawky fucks.
How yummy! What a wonderful treat! I don't think I've ever had such delicious ice cream. Thank you. Oh dear.
Oh, Ventus. Just Ven is fine.
Well, thank you, Ventus.
Way to go, Ven! I see. We had to push this thingamajig the other way. Hey, I just got an idea. We could let our customers make up their own favorite flavors of ice cream.
Not with that machine. Well, the kid might have got it to work this one time, but junk like that needs to get junked.
Don't you dare, Pete!
Fine, but Captain Justice will return.
About Captain Justice. You said his name is Pete?
Yeah, he's the biggest troublemaker in town. I bet he's just calling himself Captain Justice because he wants to win the Million Dreams Award.
What's the Million Dreams Award?
That's one of the Dream Festival events. Everyone votes for who they think is the town's most exemplary citizen.
I get it. So that's what he meant by vote.
And if you win the award, you get a really cool prize.
Oh, it's just a small token, nothing elaborate. The event is supposed to help us appreciate how much we all look out for each other every day. That's the spirit of the award.
Well, that sounds nice enough.
He just wants to get his grubby hands on the prize. And he knows that nobody's gonna vote for him if he puts his own name on the ballot. But nobody's fooled. Yeah!
Wish somebody was looking out for me.
Well, thank fucking that's over, so yeah, pointless detour to fucking Disney Town, and you can come back here. But we're not gonna do that, so next time on the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep commentary, we're moving on to more fruitful ventures with, well, the Hercules world. So, yeah, I'm Solidus-Skully, catch you guys next time. Fare thee well, I timed this a little bit too early, fuck. See ya.